All right, we're back and it's time to talk about our first sponsor, Fracture, where you can get your photos printed on glass in vivid color. And for a 15% discount, go to fractureme.com and use promo code GAK, G-A-K, at checkout. I feel like Fracture is our closest sponsor. I requested that we use GAK and they were all for it. So that's a sign of
a great
our
company.
relationship. Yeah. So in case you don't know, with Fracture, you get a picture, a frame, and a mount all in one elegant package. It's glass, but it's really light and you don't need to worry about it falling off of your wall. It's really easy to hang. It's really thin. It's like a little over a half an inch thick, and they have a built-in wall mount, and you can get them with a stand mount. And I say, if you look around at your walls, you probably have some bare walls that you've been meaning to spruce up and not sure what to put up there. Well, this would be perfect. Find some of your best photos and get them fracturized. It really changes the feel of a room.
It does. I have 3 of them. I love them.
So go ahead, look around right now. Maybe you're in your car. These probably wouldn't be so great in a car. If you're at home, or if you're in your office, that would be cool to personalize it a little bit. Or if you're in college and you're in your dorm room, it's nice to add the personal touch. Or as we've been saying, our last couple ads, Mother's Day is coming up in a couple of months. And then Father's Day, I'm going to get one of Andrew J. West playing Gareth for my mom. No, I'm just kidding. But
Does she love him?
She does.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
He's a hottie.
She asked him that embarrassing question at Walker Stalker San Francisco that he didn't get. She probably would love that. I heard a Fracture ad on a podcast I listened to called The Talk Show. It's this tech podcast with John Gruber. And his guest mentioned that they had, I don't know if I got this exactly right, but they issued this sort of a challenge to their listeners that if there were 2 people who are friends listening, they should do a Fracture exchange.
Yeah.
So you send your friend a Fracture, but it's a surprise. You don't tell them what it's going to be. And the awesome twist is you both agree that you'll leave it up for 1 year. So that way you're not sure what you're going to get, right? So
that's great.
Should we do that challenge?
Yes, we should do that challenge.
Me and Karen are going to do it. I'm going to send you something that you may be very embarrassed by. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would do one that I hope you really would love. They start at $15 and they're shipped to your door, and you get free shipping if you do an order over $100. It's really easy. You just upload your photo, place your order, and in a few days you get it in a custom, environmentally friendly package. They even give you the screw. Again, when you order from fractureme.com and use promo code GAK, you get 15% off your order. So even less than $15 for that smaller size.
It's pretty great.
Yep. And we thank Fracture for their support.
Thank you, Fracture.
Obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is a Walking Dead Cast news update.
Had to be an ad lib.
Yeah.
Did you have something to say?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah. It was weird hearing that Fracture was being was somebody else's sponsor on another podcast. I feel like they're ours.
Well, that's how I found out about them. In fact, that's how I found out about, I listen to several podcasts and I'll hear one and I'll go, oh, that sounds great. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not even going to include this in the show because I wrote to them and they didn't write back. And I loved their product. Yeah. So I'm not going to give them a free spot right now.
No.
But Fracture, I heard about them on the talk show and I'm like, that sounds really cool. I'm going to write to them and see if they'll sponsor me.
Fracture's fabulous.
Maybe I'll bleep it out when I. That's what I'll do. I'll bleep it out. Okay. All right. First item in the news today. Walking Dead spinoff has been picked up for 2 seasons.
Dang.
Yeah, so they filmed that pilot. We didn't know for sure if it was going to go to series, but they've picked it up for 2 seasons.
2 seasons. They really liked it, apparently.
Yep, except the first season's only 6 episodes, just like the first season of Walking Dead.
Right.
Starts this summer. So 6 one-hour episodes starting this summer. I'm excited.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Kirkman says, we feel empowered by this 2-season commitment. I personally take it as a sign that AMC believes, like we do, that we've accomplished our goal of developing something original that can pay tribute to the original show and expand the world I created, while at the same time having something new to say with this story.
And earning them a lot of money.
I'm very grateful that we now have the opportunity to tell this amazing story and earn a shitload of money and show the fans that we really haven't scratched the surface yet when it comes to The Walking Dead.
They haven't? Seems like they've scratched the surface.
Yeah, at least.
seems like you've at least plumbed,
scratched and clawed your way through several layers of the surface down to the bone. AMC President Charlie Collier said, from the beginning of The Walking Dead on AMC, we've been asked questions about what was going on in other parts of the zombie apocalypse and what it looked like as the world really did turn. Through this new series, we're going to find out. So I guess that kind of confirms what people have been saying, that it takes place earlier on.
As things are going down, and we see it from the perspective maybe even of the world sort of coming apart.
Yeah.
And we get the bigger picture.
Sounds pretty cool, yeah.
We wanted that.
I don't think it's going to be the bigger picture. I think it's going to be another narrow view of different people. But maybe it will be bigger picture. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
AMC also released its first image from the series, which features 3 characters: Cliff Curtis as Sean, Kim Dickens as Miranda, and Frank Delane as Nick, looking at a dead guy / soon-to-be zombie in Los Angeles. So looking forward to that one. Suspect it might not succeed like The Walking Dead has, but I'm hopeful that it will.
It's AMC and they do stuff well.
Melissa McBride on entertainmentweekly.com. They say, I have to know, what are your thoughts on Carol's new wardrobe? Nice duds. She says, oh, wow, we had so much fun with that. I remember working with Yulin Womble. We were going through the options, and so many we would just get such a kick out of and then be like, no, that's just too much. Which that must have been pretty crazy.
Yes.
What they did go with was pretty far out.
Pretty far out, yes.
Greg Nicotero told the interviewer that Norman ad-libbed that "you look ridiculous" line. She said he did. It was so much fun.
Really?
Yeah. And then she said, thank you. They say, we know Carol isn't telling the truth when she says, I miss that stupid, wonderful man every day, about her husband, Ed. She says she's not telling the whole truth. I think it's regretful and speaks to the theme of that all things are not what they seem. At what point was Carol so duped by a human being who she placed every bit of her trust in? When she's saying, I gardened, I did laundry, I had dinner on the table for Ed every night. Sure, she did. She's a people person. But that part of her got so sidetracked by Ed revealing himself to be this abusive person. She probably does miss the stupid, wonderful man she knew in the beginning, but the smile is the lie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. They say Deanna says she's a poker player, but can she see Carol's bluff? Or is Carol too good of a bluffer? She says that's to be determined, but Carol is more of a chess player, which I'm not sure what that means.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
Long
Strategy. I guess, yeah. I wonder in chess, I don't think you need a poker face. Like, well, I don't know. You know, I've experienced that where I make a move and I'm really hoping the other guy will go a certain place.
Yes.
But I pretend like, oh, man, just a move. And I'm inside and go, please fall into my trap.
She's going for the long con.
Yeah. Okay, so Norman Reedus on entertainmentweekly.com. They say, how much fun was it to slurp up that spaghetti? He says, I ate a lot of spaghetti that day. That's one thing about this show. Every time I eat, I just shove food in my face. So after about 5 takes, I'm just like, black. Can't even stand up. But it was pretty good spaghetti, I have to admit.
He's a skinny guy, too.
Really? I think he's getting a little bigger.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. That's my sense.
A lot of layers of vest there and dirt.
He's pregnant, but they don't want to show it. Let's see. Then Daryl accepts a job of replacing Eric as recruiter. It's kind of the perfect job for him, isn't it? And that he can enter on the fringes of the group and do something for the community while also being totally out on his own and tracking and stuff. He says, yeah, I mean, Daryl belongs out in the woods. That's the type of animal he is. It's a lot like what Joe said. The saddest thing is seeing an outdoor cat thinking it's an indoor cat. And Daryl's definitely an outdoor cat. I just like that he brought that quote back.
Yep.
Okay, this is from a story that I keep trying to leave behind, but you keep asking to hear more about. It's Conan O'Brien asked Norman Reedus about speculation on Daryl being gay.
You're right. I ask you that every single time.
But I'm going to play an audio clip. It's kind of cool, I think.
A lot of speculation about Daryl's sexuality. What's your take on that? Just because of some comments the producer made, and that got people talking about what are they talking about? Daryl? Could Daryl's
Yeah, there was I think an interviewer that went to Robert Kirkman and said, I know you guys cross-reference some of the characters, and there's a character named Jesus who's a real badass in the comic book, and he said, is Daryl taking that over? Is he going to be gay? And the guy, Kirkman said, I don't know, we've talked about it, and I had a talk with Frank Darabont early on about would you do it, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And that sort of cross-referenced to me, but the thing is, like, when that rumor went around, I'd go to these convention type things, and they would have, you would have like little kids come over, and they're like, man, I don't care what's going on, you're awesome. And then you'd have like guys my age or a bit older, and they'd be like,
like freaked out about it.
Yeah, and then you'd have women that are like, you better not be, you know what I mean? And to tell you the truth, like I would, if that's the story they gave me, I would rock that story. I'm not afraid of that.
That'd be amazing.
Isn't it weird how his voice is completely different when he's not playing Daryl?
Yeah.
Norman's voice is a little higher.
It's ridiculous. He
Daryl's
talks like this on the show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, thanks for the spaghetti. If he talked like that in real life, it'd be weird. But yeah, it is. When I was interviewing him on the podcast, I thought he almost sounded like an old woman.
Yeah, he kind of has. It's startling when you hear his real voice.
Yeah. His name's Jesus in the comic. It actually is Jesus. I thought it was Jesus too.
How do you know it's Jesus in the comic?
Well, because he looks like Jesus.
He's not. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's not, he is Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought, I don't know, I thought it was enjoyable to hear that, but
yeah.
I'm not going to bring it up every week, probably.
You better.
Come on, I want to hear more. Okay, and then the last thing is that Norman Reedus was on Entertainment Tonight. They asked, what should we expect from the season finale? He said, wow, bring your Kleenex and you'll be screaming at your television. Damn you! Why are you so boring? It makes me sad. This show used to be good. No.
I scream at the television all the time.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
What do you say? Don't!
Are you kidding me? Double down, double down. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put applesauce in a cookie.
Eggs are the binding agent. Everybody knows that.
Applesauce doesn't hold together. Turn it off. Okay, let's move on now. It's time to talk about our second sponsor. That is, well, let me ask you, do you know where the place for audiobooks is?
Audible.com.
Nope, McDonald's. No, just kidding. It's audible.com. So there's over 150,000 titles to choose from in every category you can imagine. If you go to audiblepodcast.com/deadcast, you get a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. I love listening to audiobooks. It's like you're being read to. It's like story time for adults.
It is.
It's great, especially if it's a good reader,
Yes.
which a lot of them are. It makes a huge difference. And I feel like they're putting, as time goes on, just more into getting a good reader
Yes.
with a good, interesting voice. Sometimes
Absolutely.
they take on different voices for the different characters, like they do in the Walking Dead books. The Harry Potter is this great old English guy.
Wonderful.
And World War Z has all different people
Yes.
acting out the parts.
Yeah, that
it's
was
one of the
fun.
best. Yeah. I love it because you can do different things. If you're busy, you can work out, run errands, clean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Commute.
all that stuff. Mhm.
Oh, that saved me on my commutes.
Last time we did Audible, I recommended The Girl with All the Gifts.
Mm-hmm.
We had people write in, Kenny Christopher, Jason, I was so jazzed to hear you talking about The Girl with All the Gifts. If you didn't hear it, it's this great zombie book that I listened to recently, and I loved it so much. And I'd been waiting for a good zombie novel, and this was it. Blaine Barrety says, I enjoyed The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey at Jason's suggestion, a totally different angle on the zombie genre. Another literary novel I read recently or listened to on Audible is The Reapers Are the Angels, which pretty much reads as if it were written by Cormac McCarthy. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And Kirk Manley, our friend, the illustrator, says, gave you guys a shout out on last week's Biters podcast. That's his Walking Dead podcast. I listened to your show recently and caught your review of The Girl with All the Gifts. What a great book. I heard about it from Joss Whedon's blog where he raved about it. Said he read it while working on Avengers 2 and really loved it.
Joss Whedon loves it?
So,
well, now I'm really going to read it.
Yeah. He has a blurb on the back of the book.
Really?
Yeah. He said he's jealous of the writing.
Well, Joss, go ahead.
So you had one to recommend too, right?
Yeah, and actually I have been on a hiking kick. So my first book that I read was Cheryl Strayed's Wild, about hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. And right now I'm in Bill Bryson's A Walk in the Woods, Rediscovering America on the Appalachian Trail. And it's so good. This is my recommendation for this week. I love Bill Bryson. He's so funny and great. And the Appalachian Trail is sort of fascinating. I'm still in Georgia with it, but he goes all the way up to Maine. So that's my recommendation this week.
So download that, go on a hike and listen to it.
That's exactly right. And don't get bit by bears.
Don't get mauled. Or if you don't like those ideas, just go to audiblepodcast.com/deadcast and find something for yourself in whatever genre you like. You get a free trial and a free book. And if you don't like what you chose, if you don't end up liking it, they have this great listen guarantee where you can exchange any book you're not happy with for another title anytime, no questions asked.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. So thank you, Audible, for your support.
Thank you, Audible.
All right. It's time for listener moans, groans, or grunts.
This first one comes from Eric Sherman, who writes, Rick, through story development as well as cinematography, is becoming more and more Shane/Governor-like. Although it's nice to watch him toe that line, I doubt he'll fully cross over into the bad guy territory. I'd like to see him do it, mostly because he's such a relatable and likable protagonist, and we have so much invested in him. What would be more devastating than to see him brandish that new badge with extreme prejudice and usurp leadership from Alexandria and come to regret it, maybe in a basement prison with an even bigger beard than where Carl visits him as a grown-up? I don't know. I love that Gimple is staying so close to the comics, and it's got me so antsy to see how he breaks away from that with the TV show. By the way, that sort of made me think about Breaking Bad, how it took a sort of a milquetoast guy and made him into a total bad guy. Interesting. So it would be sort of a breaking. Breaking
Bad similarity.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Eric. I think I have to go back and read, but I think Rick had his moments like this in the comic too, for sure. I don't think it's straying too far away, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Regarding Diana's husband and the backwards wall supports, I suspect the truss beams on the outside were made for two reasons. One, to serve as false work to prop up the metal panels while they're being fastened to the actual supports. Two, to keep people in for devious purposes. I give this episode 8 out of 9 kick-ass pickles.
So he put maybe they put the supports up to serve as a prop, but why not put those up on the inside too? Or I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Crazy. Yeah, and then where are the inside supports? I don't see them.
Yeah. They've got to have those. I mean, that's what Rick said. He's like,
no, he was just like saying you should walk around and make sure that. Well, he said if I was coming from the outside, I would just climb right up those things.
Right.
And that's another reason not to have them out there.
Right. Exactly.
Daniel Diaz says, Alexandria is an illusion as there are no safe places in the world anymore. No amount of chocolate chip cookies or parties can change that. And Rick's group is aware of that. Had there been no Woodbury and Terminus, Rick's group would be more accepting of the folks at Alexandria. But Rick's group knows how quickly things can change, be it from disease, walkers, or crazy-ass people. Carol's keenly aware of how her actions of taking the guns might be misconstrued, thus she had to graphically threaten Stamp Boy.
Stamp Boy. It's funny. Forrest Lehman writes, I loved last night's episode. What stood out for me more than anything else was Carol's scene with the child in the armory. Now that scene continues to reinforce how far Carol has traveled over the course of the series. In seasons 1 and 2, Carol's role within the group was limited to battered wife and grieving mother. And just look at her now. Rick regards her right up there with Daryl as one of his top lieutenants. She used to be a woman with no control over her life and who was lost in this world, but over the course of the series, she survived the zombie apocalypse on her own during her banishment. She saved the entire group single-handedly, and I would argue that she, not Rick, is the character who is really pushing the boundaries of morality in this world. Rick has acted savagely towards people who were obviously bad, but Carol has done worse things for the good of the group. She drug off 2 people, killed them, and burned them just because they were sick, and she regarded them as a threat to the larger group. Where Rick shot zombie Sophia in the head, Carol executed a living child. And now we have Carol threatening to banish another living child outside the walls in his sleep. As far as we have seen morality slip during the course of the series, I think Carol has slipped the farthest. So when Carol told the kid that she is what goes bump in the night, that kid had better believe her if he wants to live. Yep. Yep. I agree. She is a scary SOB right now.
I wonder how Lizzie what she would be like in Alexandria. She'd be like, let's let the zombies in.
They're just misunderstood.
Yeah. Let me open the gate. I'm going to ask. I'm going to do a panel with them. By the way, Walker Stalker Con Dallas is next weekend. I'm thinking about doing a meetup for all of you that are going to be there. I'll mention this again at the end.
Do it.
So keep your eyes on Twitter if you're going to be there and you want to meet up. From Dana Sheehan, she says, in this week's episode, there were 2 moments with Rick that stood out to me besides the kiss. At the end of the episode, when Rick saw Jessie and her husband and put his hand on the gun, I looked at my husband and told him Rick wants her and plans to take her. That's his mindset now, and he's stuck between these 2 worlds. On the outside, he must take what is needed to survive. There's no longer a moral dilemma. On the inside, for the first time since he woke up at the hospital, he has the luxury of thinking about himself and his wants and desires. It sounds like a romance novel almost. The second thing I took note of was Rick's reaction to hearing the walker on the other side of the wall. He seems to recognize the power of the walls, how he is truly able to have a barrier between him and his family and the dangers that lurk outside. I think he'll do anything to defend that. So she thought the opposite of me. I thought that was a reminder that they're in danger at all times and not to get too comfortable. But she's saying it's sort of a reinforcement that, oh, I can now maybe relax a little bit. Yeah. And maybe it was kind of both, but I'm not sure how it could be. So, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, you could be right that was more what it was. It wasn't clear.
Yeah, I agree.
With the happy music, it does seem weird. Like maybe he was.
Where's Judith, by the way, when he's out doing his thing? She's at the nursery at the school.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, there's a few places she could be with anybody else.
Yeah.
Carol, Carl.
Right.
Michonne, I don't know.
Right. This is from Michael Harding, who writes, there are 3 zombie sounds from the first 2 interview podcasts.
Oh, yeah. So remember I said last week that our zombie sounds got lost on our hard drive.
Yeah.
You said, could somebody get those for us? So he got a few of them. Here they are. So, tell me if you can guess who this is. Don't look.
No, I have no idea.
Chandler Riggs.
Oh.
I'll play it again.
Oh, yeah. It does sound like a little kid.
Young, yeah.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Andrew Lincoln.
Stephen Young. Andrew Lincoln went, whoa, like that. And here's the third one.
Aw, love that Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Wee.
All right, we have a few calls. Here's Des.
Hey guys, this is Des. Gotta make it fast because my ass is late for work. First up, Carol, what the hell? 2, Sasha, going batshit, First Blood Rambo crazy. 3, Rick, come on, completely different from the comic book. He's kind of turning into a stalker. The only one who's really trying to fit in beside Michonne is Daryl now. Oh, can't wait till the next episode. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Then this is Paik Allen.
Hey, it's Paik Allen again from Tyler, Texas, and I really liked this episode. Now, of course, it was a little slower, but that's okay. I mean, we need that right now because it's really setting up for some serious stuff coming along the way. As you can definitely see, Rick's kind of... I really don't know where to place where he's at right now. I mean, this thing with Jesse and him is starting up, but I'm really happy with Daryl this episode. And you read my comment last week, where, I mean, I was really sick of Daryl last week. He was just a whiner, and I couldn't stand it. But he turned that around for me this week. He's really trying, and I think he had a really cool bonding kind of thing with Aaron over the episode. And he's really finding where he's going to fit in with the group and this community, and that's really cool. Carol, what the hell? Seriously, watching that moment with Sam, Jesse's son, I was just like, Carol, what are you doing? You're creepy. But, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? She can't let things, fall apart.
Right.
Finally, I want to mention my favorite part of the whole episode was Michonne. It was a beautiful comic book moment. Comic readers would recognize it when she sets the katana up on the mantle, so to speak, on the wall to kind of get rid of it. It's a poetic moment. Anyway.
So what if the boy would have told on him, then Deanna would confront Carol, and then what if she told the truth and said, well, we think it's not safe not to have guns, and I don't even know exactly what the truth is, but we're just, I guess she would say.
I gave one to Rick, I gave one to Daryl.
Yeah, and we just have these in case things go bad.
Yeah.
Then
would that be so bad?
Say, put the guns back. Nope, not going to do it. All right, you're going to have to get out. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those cases where it might do better to just tell the truth, but it wouldn't be a good story.
It's always better to tell the truth.
I don't know.
But maybe not as good
it's
for
not
drama.
always good to tell the truth. Better to tell the truth. I disagree. Okay. Next is Bonnie McCarthy.
It just keeps getting better and better.
I'm not sure she knew where she was calling into, but I assume she's talking about The Walking Dead.
That's awesome. That was her call.
Yeah, that's it.
It's so great. I want that. I want that sound. I just want her in my head every single morning when I wake up.
You can have that on your...
my alarm clock. It just keeps getting better and better.
It just keeps getting better and better.
I'll send you the sound file.
Thank you. That's so great.
Okay. Here's the next one.
You know what I mean? Hi. I'm eating Chick-fil-A right now. You know who I am, right? You know me.
Scott Gimple.
You thought I was dead. Well, guess what? I'm not. I'm not dead. Oh no. I'm alive. I'm walking. I'm not dead. I'm the walking, not dead. I'm the walking, still alive. That's who I am. Okay? And there's something I need to say.
About Chips Ahoy?
There's something I need to tell you guys.
We're waiting.
I've not been watching The Walking Dead for like 2 years, dude. And I've been listening to the podcast because of that reason. Okay? But there's one thing that has not changed. There's one thing that I have not stopped doing. And that is loving Karen. Okay? I have not stopped doing that.
Aw, love you too.
Boom.
That was 1 minute and 30 seconds of his 9 minutes of call, which I did not even have time to listen to or edit. And since he didn't watch the show, I'm like, that's not fair to people who didn't even get their calls played, but I thought it was funny. I think he goes on to say that he might come back to the show just for us or something like that.
Oh, boom. Love you too, baby.
Thanks, Scott Gimple.
Scott, not Gimple.
And then here's a final call. This is Lara Willie Swink. I actually didn't listen to this one.
Hey, Jason and
great.
Karen.
She is great.
Everyone is often calling and gushing about The Walking Dead. But today, I wanted to call and gush about you guys.
What?
See?
I know you don't like to toot your own horn very often, but this is why I am voting for the Walking Dead cast for the Podcast Awards. So you guys were the first podcast that I looked up when I became obsessed with The Walking Dead. And ever since then, I've enjoyed every single episode, even the off-season ones. Well, once during a hiatus, I broke down and listened to another Walking Dead podcast that was produced by some bigwig Hollywood podcast network. And I tell you, it was like listening to Extra for The Walking Dead. All the hosts were jockeying to be the next Mario Lopez and were just more interested in hearing the sound of their own voice and how clever they were than actually talking about the show. But I have caught on to 3 other Walking Dead podcasts. Don't judge me. I have a long commute every day to work. And I learned about them all through you guys.
Yay!
So you guys really help and support your fellow podcasters as well as the Walking Dead community. In addition to, tuning us into great books and movies and lots of other things. In addition to all the fun and entertainment you serve up on a weekly. So good luck with the podcast award, guys. You have my vote.
Aw, thank you.
Love you, Laura.
So nice.
That is nice.
You're the best
We don't deserve
listener
her.
ever. I know. She's great because she writes interesting stuff,
She
too.
really does. We don't deserve you. We don't deserve you. We're probably not good enough.
Yeah, well, I totally like to turn people on to other Walking Dead podcasts, but just don't vote for them. Some people are going to go vote for them just because I said
Just
that.
because you said that.
Oh, well.
Exactly.
Anyway, thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Okay, now we're moving on to Comic Talk, which features Mr. Blog and possibly myself. I don't know yet. I have to decide whether I can do it. It might be him solo. It might be me. You'll know in about 2 seconds.
Hey, everyone. Mr. Blog here.
And I'm here, too. I decided to come on.
So, welcome, Jason. Very sad to say Grace could not make it tonight. So.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even say what was up with that. She's not kicked off or anything.
No, my God. What, God,
or she didn't leave us.
No. She'll be here next week with me. Same bat time, same bat channel. This week got a little crazy with travel and these kind of things. These things happen.
Yeah, I mean, she
lives.
especially, I think, feels it's a bummer for her not to be able to do these episodes that are so comic book heavy. Before we get into it, I went back just now a couple hours ago, read issues 70 to 73, which basically covers this. Mostly it's 71 and 72. No zombies at all if I remember right, in issues 70, 71, or 72. So that was like 3 months of no zombies for us.
And many years of no Daryl. So there's a lot of adjustments to be made. Really, the only zombie action in the show, right, was associated with Daryl for the most part.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Aaron.
Give us all a little taste of keep the zombie taste alive in our mouth. I guess.
I really don't think they'll ever do a show with no zombies. I don't think.
No. And even still in the comic, they still manage a way to find get a zombie in there.
Usually, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure 70, 71, 72, there was not a zombie.
Oh, no, I believe
it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah.
I just meant in general. Every so often a zombie pops up and they go, oh, look.
Yeah, exactly. One of those guys.
All right. Shall we kick into the things and how they relate?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and just kick it off. The first thing was that plan to steal the guns.
Yeah.
That same plan was there, but tweaked with who it was, right?
Mm-hmm. It was Glenn.
It was Glenn in the comic. They have it all worked out. So during that cocktail party, Glenn pretends to be drunk,
mm-hmm.
and then he goes and sneaks in.
Wasted.
Oh, totally wasted. Being belligerent.
Uh-huh. And when I was reading that, I forgot it was pretend. I'm like, oh, Glenn, no. He spills his beer on himself.
Yeah.
And then it's all a ruse just so he can go scout out the weapons.
Yeah. Now, of course, he doesn't get caught by anybody, certainly not a little kid. He doesn't give some horribly intimidating, frightening lecture to this child, threatening all sorts of terrible things. So it goes smoothly with Glenn and Rick. And I got to say, I know I'm not supposed to, I don't really comment on the show, but I got to say, Carol's going to get busted, not because of what she did with the boy, but because she stole the chocolate. That's what
she did take too much chocolate.
She's going to get caught
that's going to be get her in trouble? You know what's about Carol is interesting is that we think of Daryl as this wild card because he's not in the comics, but really neither is Carol.
At this point,
she's a total
Carol,
wild card too right now.
She most certainly is. And we didn't really have anything else with Carol other than that whole thing with the guns. Of course, then we have Sasha. Now,
AKA Andrea, sort of.
AKA Andrea. And as we've been saying for a little while, we believe that she's going to be the one to step into Andrea's shoes. Sure enough, right at the beginning of the episode, we get Sasha as sharpshooter. That's reinforced again. We get the entire thing with Rick being just aghast at the fact that they don't have a sniper up on the lookout. So suggesting that Sasha be the one to do that. Again, straight out of the comic. But then as a little tweak on things, they have Sasha delivering Michonne's line at the cocktail party when she gets all up in arms about, the things that people worry about. That was completely Michonne.
And I think they're not having Michonne do that because she already kind of went through her close down phase a couple of times. And so it would be too much to have her do that again. But what interested me going back through the comic is almost everybody is so much quicker to adapt to this. They're just like, oh, this place looks great. Yeah. Isn't this great? Oh, okay. I'll be a constable. And Abraham's like, yeah, I'm going to be doing construction and this is awesome. We could get used to this. And Michonne and Carl are really the ones that are kind of like, this isn't real.
Yeah, well, Carl has the hardest time, I think, in the comic.
Yeah.
I mean, he ends up leaving this party, right? I mean, he just hates the whole thing.
He pretty much has the same sentiment as Sasha. He said, he said, everyone's walking around acting like nothing's happening around them. They're all stupid. The roamers didn't go away because you can't see them. I hate this place, Dad. It doesn't feel real. It feels like everyone's playing pretend. So they kind of gave that to Sasha.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, I mean, there's the elephant in the room. And if you've been listening the last couple of weeks, you know what I'm excited about with this episode. And Grace is probably listening going, oh my God, how have you not brought up the cocktail party, the dinner party that I've been wanting to see now for so long. And they finally did it. Yay. It was awesome. It played out very much the way I really would have wanted it to. I mean, it was really weird to see Rick kissing Jesse like that. That whole thing with Rick and Jesse plays out in a totally different way down the road. But whatever. That's
the thing about the cocktail party. I already talked about it some in the main podcast, but going back and reading the comics, you see Rick get his hair cut and his beard shaved, and then he's in his constable outfit. So that's a striking image of him suddenly cleaning up. But the cocktail party, I think, is really the first time you see everybody else cleaned up.
Yes.
So in the comics, that made it more impactful for me. And in the show, that you've already seen them kind of by degrees, especially Carol. Yeah. But still, there was that huge, it was a different kind of feeling, though, of just everyone feeling so uncomfortable. In the comic, pretty much it was just Michonne. But in the show, it was so, well, Karen and I were saying it's like a lot of parties we've actually been to where you just feel should I go home? I'd like to go home.
Yeah. The tension was palpable. I mean, you got Noah hanging off on the side, just like, yeah, it was a lot of good tension in that. I really liked it.
And I wanted to see Michonne in her dress, and you really didn't get to see a full...
I know we didn't get to see her in the dress. That was a total bummer.
Yeah.
And Abraham with his beer, that was pretty funny. And I don't know, I don't think that's in the comic. But of course, at this party, we're also introduced to more people that, last week, Grace and I had basically said, oh, well, Reg, Deanna's husband, must be dead. The way she was talking about him sounded like it was past tense. But no, Reg is still alive. He is still there. So we get to meet him.
But he's not like Regina.
He's not like Regina. Regina was totally distrustful. Why did you bring these people here? Look at them,
They might take it over. And Reg is like Mr. Nice Guy.
Total Mr. Nice Guy. Then, of course, we also meet Tobin, who is the head of construction. We were speculating maybe Nicholas was taking the Tobin role. We finally get Olivia's name, so now we were formally introduced to Olivia. But most significantly to me, of course, was Spencer, Regina and Reg's other son. We were assuming Aiden was Spencer, but no, Spencer is Spencer. Still kind of douchey.
Sort of Regina and Reg's son, but I would say Deanna.
Did I say Reg and Regina? Oops.
It's like this alternate reality.
It's this alternate
marriage.
reality. Everybody's crossing. Yeah, exactly. So, hi, my name's Reg. This is my wife, Regina.
They look exactly
clever.
the same, except different sexes.
No, so we get Spencer, Spencer's other son, Spencer, and he's hitting on Sasha, much the way that Spencer was hitting on Andrea in the comic.
Oh yeah, only. Okay, but right, okay,
but also, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, in the comic, Douglas is creepy about it. He's hitting on Andrea, and
he's hitting on every woman.
He is, but in the ones I read, he hadn't gotten to anyone except for Andrea yet. But they kind of just got rid of that part.
Yeah,
because Douglas is now Deanna.
Yes, and that would be extra double weird, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it could be okay, but
it would be all right. We also officially meet Pete, Jesse's husband,
right?
And their other son, Sam, who that's a new one. I was kind of looking for a black eye on Sam's face, but I didn't see that.
Oh, right.
But I guess Sam is the one that followed out Carol, so maybe there'll be something with that. And then the last
poor
thing,
kid, I didn't make that connection.
That was terrible
because we know. You know, we'll talk about some stuff that comes up ahead, and so you find out that Sam's abused, right? And so,
well, you would assume, we know that Ron is abused, and Jesse has only been hit a couple times. It's been stressful in the zombie apocalypse, something like that. And it seems like he's a bit of a lush, Pete. So that's a whole other.
He
thing.
just has this asshole vibe already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then the one other little tangential thing, and I'm sure I'm missing a few things, but one thing was, of course, was Buttons. The horse, rest in peace, Buttons, but he's in the comic as well. And this was actually one of the two horses that Maggie had brought with her from the farm all the way out here. They'd still had two horses, but Buttons was the one that went missing, I believe. I'm like 98% sure on this. When Eric and Aaron come back on another horse after Eric had been stabbed, and that was when Aaron said, "We're no longer going to go out and do the recruiting anymore. It's just too dangerous, and we have enough people. We don't need to go out there anymore." That's the way Buttons went off in the comic. We don't know if he died or what happened. It certainly wasn't something like this. But rest in peace, Buttons. So did I miss anything in any of that?
I have a few just kind of odd points. So I noticed Rick mentioned in the comic that 14 months had passed. And they can afford to do that in the comic because they don't have to worry about Carl's aging. So he's still young. He looks, I don't know, he's about 7 or something. That's different. So when he's playing with the kids in Alexandria, it's little kids playing, not teenagers. This whole thing about Davidson that you guys mentioned, I had totally forgot about him, but he's some dark character from Alexandria's past that they made it sound like was going to be a bigger deal, but it never really came to anything.
Heath mentions Davidson and like Douglas goes off,
Right.
Don't ever mention that name to me again, And it's like, Jesus Christ. And we really thought, I remember when we were reading through the comic the first time, like, oh man, we're going to learn this backstory about Davidson. And then it just,
because it seems intriguing. Away. But I think this time the people that they exiled is going to come back into the show.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I don't think they would have kept that in there unless they had some plans for it, I think. Who knows, but
maybe Enid will figure into that, or I know everybody's got speculation.
I don't
Enid.
know. Yeah, maybe. Another thing is that when they told everybody they couldn't have any weapons in the comic, they wanted Michonne to give up her sword. She didn't want to, so Douglas said you can keep it only if you put it on the wall over your mantle.
Right. Forgot about that. That's the other thing from the seeing Michonne hang that katana. That was a significant moment.
Yeah.
That was like, wow. I mean, of course, we're sitting here asking, wouldn't you keep it in its sheath? It seems kind of like really dangerous to have a very sharp katana. Just
my brother has those up all
balanced.
over his walls.
Really, the sword with not sheathed?
I don't know. You know what? Maybe they are sheathed. I don't know. But that changes the impact because in the show she's doing it by choice. In the comic, she's sort of been asked to do it.
Which fits for the show Michonne quite well. She was really happy when she lost it before.
Yeah, yep. That's right. She doesn't want to have to. Morgan's with him in the comic. That's one little thing.
That's right.
Kind of flirting around with Michonne. In the comic, I noticed they said they get 3 houses to split between them, and they're a group of 12. I don't think they're really...
Instead of 2.
Oh, was it just 2 in the show, or did they all get their own places?
No, at first they only have the 2 to share. Now, I don't know if they're going to, not getting into slight spoiler territory. One of the things that Abraham was working on was kind of the expansion of the wall so that they can get some more houses in that area. So I don't know if they're going to be doing that the same way. And then everybody does end up kind of moving into different houses.
Because, the expansion. Yeah.
Because they start doing the expansion. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not. We also got to see Michonne in her uniform. I forgot about that. Although I don't know what was up with that neat lacing in the back that she had going on, but in the show,
I didn't see it, but she looked so, I don't know, weird.
I know it didn't look right. I wanted to see her in the dress, like you said. I was like, that would have been fine, but this uniform, I don't know about that.
It's just because you're not used to seeing a police officer with this long, hair done up like hers,
and a katana. Yeah, it's a little.
Anything goes in the zombie apocalypse.
Samurai cop.
Yeah, samurai cop. And then I just wanted to quickly go through their jobs. Just maybe this is jumping the gun a little, but I thought it would be fun. So in the comic, Abraham's in charge of security and construction. And also there are some kind of beefy guys in Alexandria that the leader Douglas sort of sends to do the dirty jobs outside, and we don't really see that so much in the show.
No, well, there's a crack eventually somebody makes in the comics saying, you do realize that we're just the
dumb ones,
not just the biggest, but we're the dumb ones. Yeah,
right.
I forget that guy's name. He's kind of cool, dude with the beard,
black hair,
sunglasses. Yeah.
Morgan is a chef.
That's right.
Glenn's a runner. Maggie's a teacher, which is different because now she looks like she's kind of Deanna's
vice president or something.
Exactly. Rosita trains with doctors. We don't know if that's going to happen or not. Eugene, community planner. Okay. Gabriel's, I guess, priest.
Yeah.
Michonne is the same. She's Rick's deputy. And Andrea is the lookout, which has been taken over by Sasha.
Yeah, so I think that's about. And there was no Carol, and of course there is no Daryl.
Right.
Sophia should be with them, but she's not there anymore.
Dead,
long gone, dead.
So you think Enid is sort of the Sophia?
Could be the new Sophia. I mean, she factors in to the story. It won't be the same,
right.
But who knows? Who knows where that's going to go? Maybe it's something completely different. I have no idea. So what do you? Did you read any further as you were reading?
That was it.
No. So do you remember anything that happened?
Not really.
In the very near future?
No.
Okay.
It's a big blank spot.
I can understand. There's a lot of kind of weird stuff that does happen. Of course, at the end of issue 75, and I don't know, they'll probably
Here comes the spoilers, people.
Show. Well, I was just going to say when the comic suddenly goes to color and it's a giant alien invasion.
Oh, yeah.
All of that.
Yeah,
so we get some aliens. The governor returns, ends up squishing Michonne's head.
That's because
a lot of very strange things happen.
In the letters page, Kirkman had always teased that he would run out of ideas by issue 75, and you would know that because they would have aliens come in. And then they actually did a little backup story in color.
Oh, that was hilarious, too. Yeah, and that's right after Rick gets into a fight with Pete. So we'll see what happens with that.
That looks like that's coming up for sure.
I think I'd put money on that one. That looks good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Looking forward to that happening. I mean, of course, there's going to be stuff with the guns. You got to wonder why Rick even needed a gun, seeing he seems to have his gun on his side anyway. His big ass, what is it, a python?
I know. That's true. It seemed a little redundant, but I guess it was more for Carol and Daryl.
It's like, why does he look over at Jesse and Pete and reach
I know.
for it? It's like, dude, what is wrong? What's going on, dude? That's not right.
He's like, oh, wait, that wouldn't work out so well. Maybe I won't.
Yeah. There are people around now.
Yeah, that was weird.
Well, right on. I think, are you pleased with this coverage here? All right. I think I should let you get back to your show and get the hell out of here.
Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, man. And I got to say also, don't forget to check us out weekly under the comic covers. Can be found on iTunes. And thank you. And I look forward to being back next week with Grace.
And if everything goes as planned, we'll be interviewing Charlie Adlard next week. So look for that.
That's right. Yeah. Looking forward to that. Cool. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Blog, and you.
Possibly me. Now it's time for Next Week on The Walking Dead.
All right. Next week on The Walking Dead, Season 5, Episode 14. It's called Spend. The description is, while trying to secure a new home, Rick and his group face challenges and question the utopia they find themselves in, which sounds exactly like the
Wait, that's what it just said for next week? Are you reading? This is wait. Did you think we were in last week on The Walking Dead segment?
No.
Okay.
Or the week before that?
No. The week before last on The Walking Dead.
No. All right, this is going to be better because I'm going to tell you about the previews.
I haven't seen any previews this time.
Well, we got a Father Gabriel spotting.
Oh,
yeah,
is he trapped under a stone?
A bookcase, and he'd desperately like to be rescued. No, he's not. He appears to be in some sort of church preaching. He's doing his reverend thing.
Doing his thing.
Yeah. He talks about false light that destroys everything and a false prophet. It's sort of interesting. And I think it's Eugene's voice saying, I take no responsibility. I also saw a very funny, delightful exchange between Tara and Eugene. She's trying to get him up to speed with killing zombies, and he is resisting in his wonderful Eugene way.
Nice. I like that.
Me too. So we're going to see them next week too.